The value of cooperation. Cooperation was a very important value our group withheld as we played and interacted in the game Never Split the Party. We understood that the main basis of the game was to not only destroy a variety of dangerous creatures, but to use and implement teamwork as a means to join together, cover each other's backs, and explore the everlasting dungeons that awaited us. One of the reasons the value of teamwork was brought up so much within our group discussion during playing the game was because of how difficult the game can become as just a single player. Prior to playing as a team, it almost started to seem as if the game had become impossible to overcome just by playing alone. Apart from just playing single player, the game also allows for up to 4 players to be in a single game. Within playing the game cooperatively, it gives you the option to either search for a random lobby or party up with people you know by inviting them to the server. During the game, the value of teamwork starts to justify its meaning even more. That is because each member of the group has an important and designated role in combat. These roles include the cartographer, which tracks the dungeon maps, the treasurer, which tracks each player's inventory, the vitalist, which tracks each player's health, and the lore master, which tracks all knowledge of the upgrades. The importance of keeping everyone alive and healthy is key in progressing through the dungeons filled with mobs ready to annihilate anything in their path. If one group member happens to go down while fighting the mobs, anyone within the group can revive the member that is down. Although, if everyone goes down at the same time, the game ends there and completely restarts all over again. The value of exploration. Another one of Never Split the Party's main elements and values is exploration. Within the game, the creators have implemented a looting system as you travel from dungeon to dungeon. This allows the players to collect loot as they explore the game, and this, in turn, makes your character in the game even better. The game is constantly evolving as you go from level to level with increasingly harder monsters. Exploring deeper into the game allows the players to also have the chance to get better loot. In a sense, you get rewarded for exploring deeper than what is necessary for the game. This gives the game a rewarding feeling as you progress further and further into it. It should also be mentioned that the game's open world is massive, and it could take a while for even a full team to explore all the dungeons and kill all the monsters and bosses. Our team was unable to progress through the whole game because of its size, and the fact that it is also very difficult to kill some of the bosses, even on the normal difficulty setting that the game is at. This made it very challenging for us to explore everything within the game. This is a very good key element of the game because it never got boring due to its difficulty, but the game did not just hand you things either. It really makes you work for them. And having such a massive world to be explored is a huge plus because it gives the players an incentive for exploring the game deeper than just going to the bosses and killing them. It pays off to be willing to put more time into the game so that you can be rewarded with better loot for your character. The value of adaptation. Never Split the Party is a game where everything is constantly changing, whether it be your enemies or even your teammates. This fast-paced game leaves little time for thought and forces adaptation upon us. The value of progression is intertwined with adaptation because one of the main skills you progress is the ability to adapt quickly. Throughout the game, progression is a highly valued aspect. An example of this progression is the fact that the more you play and become acquainted with the controls, the easier the game gets. The main example of progression displayed throughout this game truly is the constant boss battles you are faced with. While most games build a rising action towards a boss fight, Never Split the Party allows you to attempt to fight the first boss almost immediately after joining the game. This approach, while difficult at first, allows you to cut straight to the chase of the game and helps you progress in a much quicker manner. The decisions you make throughout the rounds you play can directly affect not only yourself and your teammates, but the outcome of the game entirely. An example of some of these rupture points is found even within the title of the game. If you do decide to split the party, your chances of survival as an individual and as a team dwindle significantly. Another identifiable rupture point within the game is your decision to enter the boss fight.
If you enter the boss fight too soon or while alone, you again run the risk of dying and ending your round a lot sooner than if you are to wait.